Hello, hello, everybody. I wonder if you can already see me. This usually takes a little while to connect across all channels. So let's see if we actually manage. Today, big experiment because we're also trying to connect to Instagram with the same tool. So here is the Smart Purse team and Olga Miller. Still experimenting with our new live stream feature so that for next year, we're going to be absolutely perfect. I'm just going to wait for Amanda here to let me know if this actually has connected across the different platforms. Amanda, how are we looking like? Still connecting or we already there? So I wonder if this actually works. It's always a little distracting to figure out whether all the technology connects. I could be telling money stories to myself and moving about to figure out whether folks on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube actually can see me. And for anyone who might be watching, hello and welcome to our last live stream of the year, which is all about making charitable donations and actually making your money count. And I'm very much looking forward to share this content with you because it's going to be a lot of fun and also because they are great suggestions from the community. Let me just do a very last check to see whether this is connected on all channels. That's like when you are trying to start a Zoom and still waiting for the final participants to join. That actually makes me feel to start this live stream. But now I've got confirmation that we actually are live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, which is fantastic. Hello, everybody who is joining us here for Money Live, the last edition of this year, all about making your money matter for the benefit of others and making it count. And I'm super excited to have all of you here watching this live stream. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olga Miller. I'm a financial expert and a money teacher. I've devoted larger part of my career working in big banks and then became independent and founded this company called Smart Purse. And all I do all day long is to help people to make their money matter, be it through investing, through saving, retirement planning, as well as making an impact with their money around donations and impact investing and sustainable investing. And I couldn't be more excited about today's live stream. Welcome all of you. Please do not shy away to ask your questions in the chat on whatever channel you might be watching. And most importantly, share your passions and share your suggestions. The content of today's live stream and the idea actually has come from a talk I was having last week with the wonderful Jasmine, and we chatted about what to do and not to do with your money. And then she mentioned, oh, I have this great charity that I support. And you will see later on what that is. And we kind of went on about this, and I thought, I've never heard of this charity. And it actually gave me the idea to say there are so many great projects out there, so many great ideas, and sometimes very few people know about them. So last week, I made a LinkedIn post and asked my community and everybody, what are the causes close to your heart that you support? And who do you think would be worth of support, especially now over Christmas and in the new year, as all of us, or many of us actually are thinking maybe about helping others, supporting others. And some amazing suggestions have come back from the community on the back of this LinkedIn post. So I'm going to share this with you later on throughout this live stream. But in the meantime, do get active. If you want these maybe less well-known charities, go far and wide, give this live stream a like or a comment. And if you are passionate about a particular cause or a particular charity, please do not shy away to put it already now into the comments, okay, so that everybody who is watching here actually can see it. Yeah? Because the objective of this here is not me spreading huge amount of wisdom, but actually to shine the light on some great projects and with that inspire many of us to make our money count. And maybe let me ask you a question. Who of you actually makes donations? And you can type into the chat on whatever channel you might be watching. Who of you makes donations? I can maybe share a story from my own family. For us, our Christmas donation usually is like a big debate. So for me, it was a way to educate my children financially and also about what is happening on the planet and that there might be many people that are less fortunate than them. And so we established this tradition where every year in December, we have a discussion around what we will be donating and to whom. And it's like a big family debate until we decide where we actually put our money for the year. And this has proven to be a fantastic experiment and a fantastic experience for us as a family, because usually the discussion is far less about the money. It's far more about what are my kids caring about, what moves them, what causes do they see, what do I care about, and my partner. So I really love that. So if you have a family, a partner, or even with friends, having a discussion around what matters, where you would put your money as a donation is actually a fantastic thing to do. It is a beautiful, beautiful bonding experience that I can recommend to anyone. And so hence also my question to all of you, what is your passion? Where would you love your money to make a difference? Share in the comments, share as part of this live stream. It probably will make all of us richer by experience. Fantastic. Then making a donation might not always be the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to share with you here a couple of thoughts around this. First and utmost, some guiding questions that could help you. And you see them here on the slide, right? And this is merely a suggestion. Again, you might add to it many, many more. But for example, when you pick your cause, is it something big? So do you feel passionate about one of the many, many challenges that our planet has? Or are you going more around with the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations, the so-called SDGs? They always prove to be a fantastic experience and read in order to learn more what our planet actually needs. Or are you more driven by a personal experience? Maybe somebody fell ill in your family, or you made another personal experience that will drive your choices. For example, take me. Those who know me well will know that I have visual disability, so I only see 10% and 50%. And eventually, my prognosis is that I will get blind throughout my lifetime. So naturally, that is a personal cause that always makes me pay more attention to things that might help people like me and that are in a similar situation. So one thing can be to kind of reflect on your personal experience and pick the cause respectively. The second thing to reflect on is, where do you want to have your impact? Do you want to support an organization that is very local, maybe national, or even international, right? This will help you to narrow down your search. what type of impact and result do you want your money to achieve? Do you want that the result is immediate, that it helps people in immediate need? Or are you more of the kind where you say, you know what, I'm going to donate my money or impact invest it for causes that actually help to solve bigger problems, where a lot of research and potentially innovation might be needed? So also that choice actually impacts where you can make a potential difference and what projects you pick. Naturally, once you have narrowed down your universe of charities, asking yourself, is the charity fact-based? How do they report on the impact? Are they certified? Right? Also can be a good idea. Finally, do you want to get personally involved? For example, as a volunteer, is that important to you? So really feel and contribute to whatever cause you are supporting. Or is it a monetary donation? Or you even might be donating your time, right? Your capacity, your time, your knowledge, your skill, all of that counts equally, not just the monetary donations. And ultimately, also in today's modern world, donating money can only be one way to make an impact. You could also invest in an impact startup. You could participate in crowdfunding. You could give all of your money, actually, potentially a greener or whatever you care about, a more social meaning. So looking at donations, I think, has turned into a completely different perspective, because there are different ways how you can make a difference. But I'm going to leave this slide deck now, because it's not my objective here to actually kill you by PowerPoint, but merely, again, to hear from you, to see what is actually moving you and how you get on about this. And most importantly, to hear what causes you might be passionate about. For me, myself, yes, as I mentioned, it is visual health, but also I'm very passionate about garbage recycling and the oceans. So these are kind of my three causes, and naturally by profession and by what I do every day in and out, financial literacy and diversity, women economic empowerment. So these are all the things that I support, not just with my money, also with my time, also with volunteering, also with non-paid trusteeships or board memberships. So for me, it's a whole bunch about things that I actually do. Now, many people actually love checklists. So I put together for you a checklist here, kind of the 10 steps to pick your charitable cause. If you are keen and eager to go on about this with a checklist, you also will get this as part of the replay of this live stream later on. So we already touched on reflecting on what matters to you is probably the starting point, because your money can have a huge difference, but it's so much more insightful if actually where you make the difference is something that you really care about. Determining the type of impact we already touched upon, and then you research potential charities or impact startups or donation platforms. You evaluate their financial health and transparency. A good charity will have very good and transparent accounts, so you actually will know where the money is going and what is being achieved with it. Many charities also might be registered with one or the other certification organization. So certainly look at the documentation, especially if you are making a large donation. Speak to the people involved, right? Address the impact. What is it that really will happen with your money? How much, for example, on the bigger charities is going towards advertising versus how much is going really inside the cause you want to support? All of these are decision factors. Test the waters, as said, speak to people, read their website, ask for a short meeting. If it is something that is local and close by, potentially go for a visit or ask them to have you join one of their projects or events. All of these are ways to actually learn more. Naturally, on the monetary side, checking for tax deductibility might be important or not to you, but it's worth at least knowing how you could do that. You make your decision and then donate the money or make your impact investment or your investment into the startup. And then it's all about staying involved and staying informed And then finally, the last step, which is my favorite, to do what we all are doing here, to spread the word, right? Not about your own generosity, but about the cause and what is being achieved and all the excitement and the good it can do, because many charities don't have huge marketing budgets. Many startups don't have huge marketing budgets. So every piece of LinkedIn post, Instagram, like, share, whatever you can do is a brilliant thing you can do to help to achieve more impact. So with that in mind, I said, I had done exactly this, asking my community on LinkedIn to actually bring forward some suggestions. What are the causes that they feel passionate about? And a whole wild array of different charities and projects has come to light. 3/4 of it I wasn't even aware of, but I actually got very excited reading about all of them. But maybe before I come to this, let me ask you another question to see people across the world watching this. How do you pick your charitable cause? How do you pick your charity? And what is it that is important to you? What are you looking for? Anything you can share in the comments, I'm sure will help others. Okay, and if you have any questions around assessment criteria or any other methodological questions, please write them in whatever chat might be available to you. And Amanda, who is managing this live stream, together with me, will pick them up and send them to me here. So finally, what have we come up with as a community in terms of actually very interesting projects? Let me introduce you to them, or at least some of them. Naturally, this is not a scientific list, okay? This is really people reading my LinkedIn, answering and commenting. And so thank you everybody who has contributed to this selection. So I'm going to pick up a couple. You see they are kind of grouped. The grouping is probably not very well visible on the chart, but hey, we have kind of causes around helping refugee people, immediate aid, bringing people back to work, helping people in need, in immediate need, okay? So for example, Capacity in Zurich actually helps refugees coming here to Switzerland to become entrepreneurs. And they run education programs around this topic and all kinds of support mechanisms. Beam, which is based in the UK and was a suggestion, is a charity that's focusing on tech for good. And it actually allows you to basically make immediate donations, okay, for refugees and people in immediate need, okay? And you can pick from all kinds of causes that they might need. So for example, if I was a person in need, I would put on Beam, say, I desperately need, I don't know, a piece of clothing or a new computer or whatever might be, some education. And people can support my direct needs. So it's a very innovative and cool way of direct giving. So that would be Beam. Then we have X435, which actually was the suggestion that I received last week, which again is supporting people in direct need, okay, based in the UK. Moving on from here over to the ocean. Those of you who feel as passionate as I do about the ocean, two great suggestions. One has come from one of our investors. The Ocean Generation is inspiring younger people to care more about the ocean through storytelling and direct education. And the Ocean Cleanup, which you see with the blue logo, is one of my favorite charities. They are building new technology to clean up the ocean. So, for example, building huge nets that actually could help to filter out all of the plastic. It is very interesting what they are doing. So those of you who are passionate about the ocean, here, two direct suggestions. And if you have suggestions, further suggestions that naturally will not be on the slide, please feel free to type away on your mobile phone or your computer or wherever you are watching and make further suggestions in the comments to this live stream so that we end up with a whole bunch of different interesting projects. Now, Moving over to some of the other things that we received, more in the area of education and entrepreneurship. The Cherry Blair Foundation for Women is supporting female entrepreneurs in developing countries through education, and the programs tend to be incredibly impactful. So now the foundation is on its mission to reach 1 million women. Very exciting if you are excited about female entrepreneurship, education, and developing countries. And Hemlata is a foundation of a very close friend of mine. She is providing education to young girls in India. Very, very interesting, has grown a lot over the past 3 to 4 years. Certainly worthwhile if you are interested in education in India and want to make a direct impact. We then have Lift, which is a Swiss-based organization helping young people with troubles to find their first apprenticeship and actually get into the workplace, which I personally find incredibly fascinating. And then we have Bring Women Back to Work, which is originally incepted by Salesforce, by now has developed into an independent foundation and is doing exactly what the name says. Women who have been out of work, and by now also men, they are invited to be part of a program that then helps them. The program has linked recruiters to it, organizations linked to it, educators like myself linked to it, and is designed in order to help people who have not been working for quite a while to find workplace and basically become independent again. And then there is this thing whose logo you can't see very well, and it's such a funny thing. Lionel, one of my colleagues on LinkedIn, has suggested this. It's called Linked Out. And also there, Linked Out, which actually has a license to be called Linked Out from LinkedIn. How funny is that? Is a French-based organization, and they do exactly what the name says, which is to help people, disadvantaged people, actually to find connection and again find a place to work. So these are some of the suggestions that have come as part of the overall LinkedIn reach out. And now let's see what all of you have as part of this. I don't know, Amanda, did we get some more suggestions that we should be debating here? I actually see some stuff coming. Marike is commenting here. Right to Play charity. Thank you so much, Marike. Very interesting. Wonderful. Great suggestion. And if anybody else watching has some more suggestions, please keep them coming. Okay. As you see, there is a wide array of choices. There also is a wide array of methods, how you can make your money matter. Personally, I find this always a fascinating, a great conversation to have, and something that we all, if it is possible and our wallets allow, should engage in. Again, you don't have to be a millionaire to make a difference with your money. Also, other things such as contributing skill or contributing time can make a huge, huge difference. Finally, I wanted to bring to your attention a last piece of kind of recommendation or tip. If you are looking at assessing your charity, for example, you want to know more about them, or you want to know where do I find more information, or how have they been doing, there are a couple of online tools that you could use before you make your choice. Charity Navigator being one, or GuideStar. If you are watching this from Switzerland, then Cevo, looking whether they have a Cevo certification might be a good idea, as well as GiveWell. So also in this area, you don't need to do all of the due diligence yourself, but you actually can rely on some helpful aiders and tools and platforms. And that already brings me to the end of today's live stream. I'm just going to have a very last look into the chat to see if there are any more comments or questions. No, doesn't look like it. I do sincerely hope you did enjoy it. Thank you to everybody who's been watching our live streams. for the past 4 editions and has put up with all the technical difficulties that Amanda and I have been facing, but I think we are getting better at this each time we do it. And therefore, with fresh energy, tanked with Christmas cookies and good spirit, we shall restart Money Live on Wednesday, 12 o'clock UK, 13:30 Swiss time, every Wednesday, starting as of the Wednesday, 10th of January. And if you are watching this and would like to be part of one of the next Money Lives as a guest, because I am getting tired of talking to myself all the time, please direct message me or SmartPurse on whatever channel you might be watching. We will be very happy to put you forward for a statement or an interview or your project or your startup or whatever you might be working on, because this is what Money Life is all about. It's about people and our collective money knowledge and money confidence rather than a lot of charts and financial education. So with that in mind, thanks everybody for joining me here today, for your comments. Thanks to all of the colleagues who've been contributing to this live stream already through LinkedIn post when it got prepared. I wish you all an amazing, amazing holiday period. Lots of fun, warmth, wonderful presents, and see you back in January. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.